Ahoy hoy! Jesse Tattoo here. How you doing? How you doing? It's been a while, hasn't it? Where the hell have you been? They say. Well, judging from the fire, I'm in the pits of Diablo 2, Resurrected. That's where I've been. Anyway, I'm going to show you a secret, a trick, if you will, why I think that a controller is superior over a mouse. Historically, this game has only been played on a mouse and keyboard. Recently, they've added the ability to have controllers in with the new Resurrected. And, oh boy, it is a glorious, glorious thing. I have some nerve damage in my arms, and I can't play mouse and keyboard games like I used to anymore. It causes too much pain and uncomfort. So, when they announced that this was going to be controller compatible, at first I was really excited, and then I started thinking about it for a second, and I thought, no way, this is garbage. Garbage! You're never going to be able to compete with somebody clicking a mouse over. Pew, 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 pew. They're going to be able to reach over to that item and click it, where you have to run over there and try to pick it up with the controller. There's just no competition. There's no way that a controller can be better than a mouse. How wrong I was. Oh boy, how wrong I was. So let's just get into it real quick here, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. The first thing I want to talk about is the main difference between controller and mouse and keyboard. The first difference that you're going to notice is, well, the layout over here. This thing looks different. You can see a lot more skills, but as soon as I grab the mouse and click on it, it goes back to this is the normal. This is mouse and keyboard. This is clickety-clickety like this, right? You click on this thing here, yada yada, you can move around. But there's a problem with a mouse and keyboard. Generally speaking, you have two buttons, 1, 2, and a scroller thing, right? You bind one skill to your left click and one skill to your right click. And you can press the, where is it here? The W button, or the weapon swap button, to change to a different set of skills. So you can kind of fast swap skills on the fly. Now this leaves you with basically 2 combat skills and 2 clicky skills. The reason I say clicky skills is because it's attached to the same button that you move with. Now you can press is it control? Sorry, it's shift. You can press the shift button. Here, let me get outside here. Let me stand out somewhere where I can stand. You can attack in directions without moving by holding the shift button. But as soon as you let go of it, that's your movement. So it's not as skill as it should be, because you have to press another button to make it a skill. If that makes sense. It's like a toggled skill. So basically, you have one good active skill on your right click. Left click is always movement. And you can move between 2. So you sort of got 2 active skills. We got a buff here real quick, and a teleport for the moment here. And my phone. I should have made my phone silent. At any rate, that's not bad, but when I pick up a controller, there's a very different ball game. Now, I have the game set for my A button, as you can see down there on the list, as a pickup, and then my X button as Blizzard, B button as the orb. I got some lightning bolt. I've got a little freeze thing. Oop, I did those backwards, but a lightning bolt and a freeze, and then a teleport, a quick teleport. That's a lot of skills, and then I can hold one of these buttons down and have a whole different set. Now I know that's it's kind of like familiar, pardon me, to the other method, but still, look how many buttons that is. That's a lot at your ability to not have to swap, whereas often, if you played Diablo 2 in the past, you've done this, where you're running around like this, you hit this really quickly, and you toggle to a different skill, like this, and then you go back real quick, and then you keep going, right? Like, that's okay, that's doable, people get good at it, but why when you got all this? Now, let's discuss looting a little bit here. I'm just going to come up here and kill these guys off here real quick. Okay, now, all of this loot is there, right? Now, with a keyboard, you have to come by here and select which ones, which is actually kind of nice. This is familiar. You can come over here and collect, just this potion, or just that full helm, and then you open up your inventory, and I don't want that helm, and you can throw it back on the ground, right? With this, you need to walk over to it and kind of like stand beside the items, which is a bit different. So I'm going to pick up this rejuve here. I'm going to go back and pick up that helmet, right? Now I open up this, and I can drop it just as quickly, maybe even faster. You can do certain things with a controller quicker than you can with a mouse. Now, me being on PC, I have the joy of being able to swap back and forth, being able to click on the mouse here, because I prefer doing my inventory management with a mouse. I do. I'm used to it. I'm comfortable with it. It's easy. It's quick, moving gems around, etc. Right? It's just comfortable. I can move around like this with the controller and you know, grab things and bring them over here and stuff, but I still find the mouse faster. I truly believe the best way that you can possibly play this game is a hybrid. I'll get into that a little bit more in a minute. But first I want to talk a little bit more about the advantages of the controller over the mouse before we start talking about the hybrid theory. Anyway, let's get into a game and run a bail run, and I'll show you what I'm talking about for being able to pick up things really quickly. Okay, now before I hop in any portal, I want to talk about something real quick. When you set a loot button, like I did here, right there, A, you just go to over here, skill trees, general skill, it's right over here. This is a loot button, pick up versus normal point and attack. This is normally what the default is, but if you pick the loot instead of the attack, you won't accidentally swing your staff at an enemy when you're trying to loot an item on the ground. You will only pick up the item. You won't swing your item. If you're a sorceress, for example, you don't want to swing your staff. Why would you ever do that, right? Anyway, when you clicking on the ground quickly with the mouse, you move around like this, and all the items shift. I'll show you here when we get in here. World Stone Keep, level 3. Okay, they're not down there yet. Once they get down there, I'll show you. When you click on items and you're trying to click on things and really quickly, massively loot a bunch of items, it moves around and it's hard to get more than 1 or 2 items. For real. Anybody that's spam clicked knows this. But you can just go like this, and it'll suck up everything around you. For real. There's something really magical about the loot button. Really, really magical. Anyway, here we go. Double buffs with controller. See, I'm going to be using controller for my main game here. Ooh, ring, right? Like, watch, just blah, 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 blah. I'm just going to come in here and just scoop everything up and then teleport out, and then look at how much stuff I picked up right away. Garbage, garbage, garbage. I don't want any of that, right? But look how quickly you can just come in here and just go like this. Scoop, 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 scoop. And you can go and pick it. You know what I mean? There's also some amazing abilities for precise movements. Look how quickly and precise I can move. You can't do that with clicking. Like, let's say I want to stand right behind this post right here, right? I hide myself behind this post. That's a little harder to do with your clicking around, right? Anyway, let's get in here and see if we can spam loot some stuff off of Bale here. Are you ready to speak? You ready to hit that spam loot button? I was too close. I was still frozen and too far away. But the theory's there. You just mash that frickin'... Oh, I even got 1 item. What did I get? I got a dumb sword. But you see what I'm talking about. You can mash loot quicker. If you're right at the boss, you just press that loot button real quickly, and you could suck up a couple of items really quickly, whereas if you were using a clicky, you're going like this, and you're frantically trying to pick things up. and you're moving around and the items are shifting and it's difficult. I'm telling you right now, the best way you can possibly loot is with a controller. The best way you can have the most amount of skills with you is with a controller. But there's some downfalls to the controller. I'm not going to get into all of them right now, but I'm going to show you, or I'll just tell you the quick basic. When you teleport, you only teleport half the screen on the controller. Whereas when I teleport with the mouse and keyboard, I can put my mouse right up into the top corner and maximum teleport. So you can teleport further with a mouse than you can with that. As well as, here's another example. I'm going to use these markers, these flame markers, as a distance coverage. So I'm going to I'm just going to launch my ice thing. Now that went right in the middle of those 4, right? That's as far as I can go. If there was a monster up in this top corner here, hold on, let me click on the screen. If there was a monster up in here, I couldn't reach that with this. You see, it would auto-target the creature, but I couldn't tell it to go that far if it wasn't auto-targeting it. Whereas this, I can spam it way up in that corner. You see that? My range is way better for targeting spells off the edges of the screen, which is really, really big for cheesing certain bosses and stuff like that. It's an important factor. It really, really is. Also, it makes directional attacking a little bit better. Any rate, I truly believe the ultimate Diablo 2 Resurrected players are going to be combo players. People with a mouse and a keyboard at their disposal. A mouse and a controller at their disposal. I run around playing the game like this. I kick back and I can play for hours without hurting my wrists from doing this. And then when I want to do my inventory and management, I can do all this. What was this, by the way? It was garbage. Let's see what these other 2 items I got was. Garbage. I mean, it's all going to be garbage. Of course it is, but whatever. Anyway, that's that. I love maneuvering stuff around with the mouse, but gaming with the controller. And there's only a few slight disadvantages, as I was saying. Anyway, I hope this little tutorial thing helped you. I hope you learned how to be a better Diabloer. I feel a little bad for letting this information out of the bag, because now everybody's going to be mass spamming, and it's going to be really, really hard, spam looting, and it's going to be very hard to loot things, because everybody's going to know this dang trick about the best way to loot in the game. Anyway, if you did in fact like this video, please don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe and all that stuff. And if you want to watch me play this kind of stuff, I am playing Diablo 2 Resurrected, amongst other games, on my Twitch channel, which is Cannabeard. I go by Jesse Tattoo on this channel. I have another channel, gardening channel, Cannabeard Grows, and then I have a Twitch channel that I play under the name Cannabeard. So if you want to watch me play, that's where you're going to see it. Have a good day, and I'll see you soon.